Have you ever wondered how some animals can live in the strangest environments? They don't have a lot of defense mechanisms, they're not poisonous, they might not have teeth, they might not be fearsome, but somehow they manage to survive. Today we're going to talk about animal adaptations. So you should have printed page 20 from your lesson scans, or just create your own, that's okay too. And today we're going to go through together how certain animals survive. So this is called animal adaptations, the keys to survival. Our first animal is the katydid. This insect has two false eyes. See them? That act to scare away predators. As a predator is approaching, the katydid opens its wings to reveal the eyes. Notice how much bigger they are than the katydid's own eyes. The predator may believe that it is the eyes of one of their own predators and will therefore avoid eating the katydid. Okay, so your paper looks like this. And what I'd like you to do for right now is to draw in some false eyes in your katydid. All right. And then right down here at the bottom of your picture, we're going to write down what the adaptation is for this animal. The adaptation for this animal is that it has false eyes. Okay, make sure you pause so you can catch up to me. Now, you can also color in the katydid by going back a little bit in the video and seeing what it looked like in the picture, or you can just use the slides by itself to color a bit. And at the end of this particular video, I will show you how Mrs. Smith colored hers in. All right, let's go to our next animal, the Atlas moth. This moth uses a form of mimicry to protect itself from predators. In this case, the wings open up to reveal a pattern that is similar to snakeskin. In nature, many organisms or animals are afraid of snakes, so this pattern may make the predator turn right back around. He sees that confusing, dazzling pattern, he says, whoa, that's a snake, I'm going that way. All right, so this animal is the Atlas moth. This is what it looks like on your page. And you can see Mrs. Smith, how she has to sillily color them in. Draw yourself some fake snake skin. Or just wait till the end and then you can see how I did. Make sure you make a note of what this animal's adaptation is. It has false snakeskin. Boy, that's the second time we've used the word false. What does false mean, first grade? False means the opposite of true. And in animals, what it means is that they're not being false. It means that it is not that item. It is not snakeskin. It is not actually an eye. It just looks that way. All right, let's go to animal number 3. The elephant hawkmoth. Can you tell which one is the moth and which one is the leaf? This moth hides among similarly colored plants by day and does not fly until well after dark. The moth will travel to species of plants that have the red and orange color of its body. Okay, so you can see why he might choose those plants and why God would make him so that he was the color of the leaves of that plant so that he could adapt to his surroundings. Can you imagine if he ate a purple plant and he was pink? Not a good adaptation. So this is what your page looks like. This is the elephant hawkmoth. And now I'm going to use my silly clip art in order to help him blend in. You can't see him anymore. So you can draw him like that, or you can wait and see what mine looks like. Our next animal is the flatfish. Can you find them inside that picture? Flatfish can flatten their bodies and lay on the bottom of the sea floor, waiting to snatch at passing prey. Some species can even rotate their other eye so that both are looking up. Did you see what Mrs. Smith did? She forgot to write what the adaptation is for the hawkmoth. So let's fix that now. The hawkmoth has plant-like colors. All right, back to the flatfish. So if we recall some species of this flatfish, so first of all, he's flat, that's an adaptation. Secondly, he can actually rotate his eye. So usually the eyes are on either side, Most prey animals have eyes on either side to protect themselves. This animal is like this, and this is one eye, and he can move a second eye so that it looks like he's looking back at you. Creepy! Here is the flatfish. You can see that he has his regular eye, and here is the rotated eye. So what is his adaptation? He can move his eye forward. All right. So here is our introduction into these 4 animals. And on the next page, you can see here, these are actually the only 4 we're going to do today. You can see how Mrs. Smith colored in her Katydid, her Atlas moth, her elephant hawkmoth, and her flatfish. Remind yourself that when you're coloring the elephant hawkmoth that you color in its leaves to be of similar color to it, to display its adaptation. And then I hope you've enjoyed and are discovering some new animal adaptations. And next week we will talk about the butterfly fish, the iguana, the killdeer, which is not the animal you think it is, and the leaf insect. Okay, can't wait. See you soon.